say yellow for my support. And I have a ribbon. So I think that counts. It was right in front of me. Okay. So here we go. We did the lab wrap up. I feel quality. I think that was great. Okay, test review. If you look at the front, you will notice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You don't have to stay on the front, but notice those are the 10 things you'll be tested on. It's 10 separate quizzes. You'll take them, get your score, and they combine to make an overall quiz. You with me? The first one is safety. Well, I guess the first one is matching terms. You can get the matching terms by scanning the QR code. We've quizzed you on them and you averaged, you were like 70. Wasn't this the best class? So that's decent, but hopefully, yeah, you hopefully get better than 2 out of 0. Study those tonight if you haven't already. You should have studied them the whole time. Okay, next is safety. Safety questions look like this. Now there's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to give you 1 minute to look through those and think, could I answer those true and false questions? None of them are intended to be tricky. They're true and false. Don't bite your nails, it's bad for your teeth. You're welcome, Dad. All right. Can you answer those questions? Is there any of them that you're confused on? The first one, do you have a guaranteed right to do a lab? No. My lab. So this is false. Okay, they'll just be true, false. They're pretty simple. I'm moving down. Okay, next, accuracy and precision. So here are 2 questions, number 7 and number 8. So read those real quick. You read 7, your partner reads 8, and then talk about them. Okay. My bad. Oh wait, you've been going, not me. This you, not me. All right, here we go. So number 7, some of you have higher standards than I have. I personally think 7 is both accurate and precise. It's okay. If you thought it was only precise, you have higher standards than me, and that's probably a good thing. But on the test, you need my standards. Being 9/100ths off or 1/10 off, I mean, it's kind of not great, but it's not awful either. Because remember, this last number is a guess, right? I think they're pretty close, personally. So I would have said this is both. All right, next, this one, there's no doubt here. If all 3 of you shoot and hit the bullseye, you are both accurate and precise. Easy enough. There's questions like that. Okay, those aren't intended to be super hard. Okay, matching terms. We take 2 minutes and see if you can do these. Sitting right here in front of me, you haven't even studied still. I'm just guessing. Okay, one more minute. Don't want you to think I'm filming you the whole time. Okay, we good? Ish? That was not a minute, but I think we're all right. I might be weird, but I usually move from here down. I don't know why. I'm not going to deny it. Unit of volume. Okay, let's be smart. There's only 2 units on there. Oh, you're right. That's written out as a gram, but if it was a unit, it would just be a G. Okay, so right here are my 2 units. I guess that is 2. I'll shut up. Good job, Luke. You win. All right, unit of volume. Volume is length times width times height. How many measurements is that? It's 3 of them. So it's a cubed function. So that's A. Number of cubes. Whoa. I just said that. These are related to each other. So that would be right there. Anything that occupies space is called, good job, front row friends, the amount of matter present, mass. We measure matter by measuring its mass. Whoops. Unit of area, that's length times width, so that's a square. So that would be E. The mass of 1 milliliter at 4 degrees, that's gram. That's the weird one. If I were you, memorize gram is whenever you see the 4 degrees Celsius. That's how I would do it. It's too late to learn. It won't, I guess, but I won't type that. Unit of length, this is where Luke completely beat me. That's the meter right here. And then number of squares. All right, area, that is letter H. And that must mean this is I, the amount of mass in a given volume. Okay, hopefully you study those and can pull that off tomorrow. Okay, measurements. Can you make these 2 measurements? Well, don't tell me, write them on your paper on the front cover. Then I'll walk around and see. Yep. Wow. Wow. You are hired. How's this review going for you? Oh, my bad, my bad. Okay, here we go. 7.3, 7.2, 7.1, 7.4, 7.5, 7.9. I would take as a right answer. I would doubt your ability to reason. On this one, if there's lines in between the 10, they're tenths, and then I would put 2. Nope. 7's what we know. 0.3's our only guess. Now down here, it's a more precise measuring tool. We could repeat our measurement on this one much more accurately. All right, so we know it's past the 2. There's some disagreement here, but it doesn't matter. You could say this is 2.29. You could say it's 2.30. You could say it's 2.31. I don't care. It needs to be a 2 and then pretty close to one of these 2. It has to have 2 numbers after the decimal, not a third one. A third one would require lines in between these lines. That'd be rough. All right, easy enough. Typically on a ruler, now this doesn't work for everything, but typically on a ruler, if there's 1 set of lines, there's 1 number after the decimal. 2 set of lines like long, there's 2. Now that's not perfect for everything, but a ruler, it usually works that way. Okay, so there are those type of measurement things. If you're still confused on that, there is a video, holy coordination column. If you scan this right here, it's a video talking through how to do these again, if you still need help. All right, next, density. You have to do density. It's like the only math you do. Density equals mass divided by volume, or D is equal to M over V. Someone was confused, so I said, hey, just put a times if you want. So density is equal to mass divided by volume. Volume is equal to mass divided by density. And mass is equal to density times volume. Okay, now this one's weird. It gives you the volume right here. You have to calculate length times width times height. And my good friend Luke's already done that, and he found out that's 4,500 centimeters cubed, right? Okay, will you solve this answer real fast, knowing that that's 4,500? Nice. I'm going to ask a question right here. Will the block float? Okay, hold on. Why? Okay, fine. Triple knuckles. Okay. So you calculate the density, and you would have found out that it's 0.998, correct? When you type it in your calculator, it's this value. So will it float? Yes. Why? Because it's less than 1. Something less than 1 floats, more than 1 sinks. Easy enough. So 1. Mhm. Now, on the front cover, you'll notice number 4 says density calculations and applications. So density calculation and application. That's really all. It's not super hard. We'll change your calculator setting. Oh, kids these days. Well, that's not my fault. That's calculator fault.
I got it, but I don't know how to fix it.
TIBA Roman numeral 2 plus. I ain't never seen one of these.
That's like the calculator that my brother was on.
It's an advanced business analyst calculator. Yeah, it's ooh,
It is
right here.
compile, and I always have to put 2, 3, 4, 4.
Hold on.
I don't know.
Okay, now divide it. Well, I got it. 4,500 divided by what we got here? 4491. Nope, that didn't do it either. I don't know.
Try it. No,
Good luck. You can borrow.
try it, fix it, but that's fine.
I've never seen that particular
I don't
calculator.
know why it does that, so that's fine.
Meg, look,
Most things-
borrow one of my calculators right back there. Okay, next. Okay, give these a try. This is kinetic theory of matter questions. Kinetic theory of matter. Oh, I'm out of liquid. Some of them, it's not supposed to be a hard test. 10 degrees is cold. Yeah. It's not freezing cold, but it's like in the 40s. It doesn't really matter anyway. It's going down 10 degrees. Okay, here we go. If something cools, they're moving what? Slower. The ability to penetrate into another substance is called diffusion. That one is on the test for sure. And then this one, we talked about it, randomly bouncing and watching dust. And dust is what color? Brown. This is hanging over one of the faucets to die. Okay, page 6. Look at page 6 real quick. We talk about page 6, the bottom of it, but I don't know if you realize you need to know what they are. Okay, experimental design concepts are on the test in 2 ways. One is just simply knowing their definition. Now, if you look at this, you're like, Davidson, I can't see that. We'll figure it out together for a second. You'll see it on the exam. The other part is you have to be able to fill in an experimental design box. So you have to do both. So we'll look at these. So looking at your notes, you will notice the constants. It's on the bottom of page 6. All factors that are kept the same. Letter C was factors that are kept the same. So that would have been there. You kind of with me. Don't stress about this really, but just look. Control, that's number 4. The standard to compare the experimental effect against. That's its definition. All right, so that'd be B. The dependent variable is the variable that is measured or the one that responds. And that could really be A or D, right? Which one? You think it's A? Okay, good answer, good answer. The independent variable is the variable that is purposely changed by the experimenter, or the thing that is purposely changed would be that one. Trials, the number of organisms or something undergoing treatment. So you should, if you're going to study it all tonight, make sure you highlight the bottom of page 6, unless you got them locked in. They're not the hardest things that we're going to do all year by any means. Okay, thank you so much. Look at that lab. Do you remember what it looked like 20 minutes ago? Baking soda everywhere. All right. Percent error. The equation for percent error is here. That was a sweet box. You will also have it on your test. You don't have to memorize the equations. So will you try and calculate this somewhere? You can do it on page 6. You can do it on your front cover. You can do it wherever you feel like. But try and figure that out for me. Okay, when you get it, show your lab partner. Uh-oh. No, Luke did it wrong. Did you get it 2.63? Yeah, you had it right. He had it backwards. Yeah. All right, here we go. The answer should be like the raven, quoth the raven nevermore. You know what that is from? Yeah, good job. Okay, the answer should be 2.63. So who had that? 2.63. That's not very many. Who had 3.5? Anybody? No one. I'll miss you. Good luck. Yeah, get out of my room. All right, here we go. The only hard part of this is figuring out which thing's the observed and which is the accepted. A student measures, that would be the observed. A human always makes the observation. A book or a teacher. I guess I'm a human, but I'm not. I'm a robot. Oh, is it not for now? Okay, then I won't even miss you. Uh, yeah, she wins the honesty award. I would have just bounced. Who would have just left? Be honest. Raise your hands. Oh, you're a senior. Poor kid. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, here we go. So here's our observed. Here's our accepted. That's my fault for bringing that up. The observed is 117 minus the accepted 114 divided by the accepted again 114. So you just had them backwards, Luke. I mean, if anyone had it wrong. Huh?
You do 1.17. Tell me you did the times 100 thing, but you don't do the times 100. You really don't actually.
Oh, I should have put times 100.
But like, because it's their percentage is numbers. Like 2 and 6, 3.
Okay, I don't know anything you just said, but you did say the right answer at the end, so yes. But I don't know. Did anyone understand what she meant? It's okay. But Meg, you got the right answer with your weird calculator, so it was perfect. All right, now, here we go. You need to be able to fill in an experimental design box. So I made up this experiment on the fly this morning. I will read it to you, but I'm getting rid of some of the things that may give answers away. So here we go. Who? Cedric? It's okay. Lilia, a completely fake human I made up, wants more dates. So she decides to smile at more people and see if she gets more dates every day for 2 weeks. Okay, now here we go. This is a really stupid experiment, but can you, some of the answers are there. Oh, well. Could you fill in an experimental design box on that information? Tell your partner the problem, the hypothesis, the IV, and we're good. No personality. All right, let's wrap it up in 10 seconds. This is the most interactive you've ever been. Okay, here we go. Back in 5, 4, 3, 2. You're amazing. 1 and 0. Okay, so Lilia's problem is not like she's too tall. Her problem is what she's testing, which is, can I get more dates if I smile more often? Well, that's not her experiment though. The problem is she wants more dates, so she's gonna test a hypothesis. Whoops. Mo smile, mo dates. That's her hypothesis, right? Yep, whatever you read. Okay, now she's going to smile more with the expectation that she might get more dates, right? So we got the problem, we got the IV. Which is the IV? Smiles or dates? Smiles. It's the thing she changes, and then we measure or hope for the change, which would be more dates. That's what she would measure at the end. Okay, the IV, really, it's just smiling. Right? That's all we got to put. Then the treatment, she's not going to smile for 2 weeks and frown for 2 weeks. That'd be a good experiment. All right. But she's just going to try that and see how it goes. It helps, right? It gives you the confidence to go in. You're like, oh, she's smiling. I'm going to go for it versus the, You're like, okay, I'm gonna walk away because I can't risk it right now.
I smile all the time. I've never had anyone go and ask me. I don't know what
Okay,
to ask them.
that got awkward and sad, but we'll move on. Yeah, you can go ask too. All right, now I'm gonna erase this stuff so not everything's there. Nope. Okay, we're done. That's your test. It should be easy as long as you paid attention. Oh, I was joking about the, okay, sorry. I forgot constants. So constants, right. Who knows? She should stay the same temperature because if she got hotter, okay, not a good joke, whatever. But your constants, okay, I don't mind talking if you're talking, but don't talk while I talk.
Always be yourself.
Yeah, everything else be the same. She, shouldn't go tanning and lifting and get a personality and braces and all, like, sorry. That happens, those are all nice, whatever, but she's only testing smiling, right? I hear it helps. Okay, that's it. Let's turn and do some homework now. Turn to page 12 or 13. 12. Yeah. On page 12, for those of you that haven't done any homework and have not ever paid attention, Luke, he's a good kid. He's just golfing all the time. Scan the QR code and it takes you to YouTube playlist that will explain each section. There's one that it does not explain, and they're kind of tricky, but those are the ones that test like the type of questions the HCT would ask. Okay, so we've already done page 12 and 13. So look at page 14. Page 14, number 14 and 15 are just measuring and drawing. Okay, I'm not going to stress about that. So let's look at 16 through 26 and let's knock it out as fast as we can. 16, what does centi mean? Is it 100 or 100th? 100th. There are 100 cents in a dollar. All right. Kilo. You can find these all on one of the pages in your lab book, but we got kilo. That means 1,000. Deci. That's a tenth. It's okay. Then we've got milli. That's 1,000th. No, I know why you're thinking that. Listen, kilo is 1,000, milli is 1,000th.
Thank you.
Yep. Okay, now listen, for those that are bugged that a milli means 1,000, because it should mean a million, it does technically, now don't at me here, okay? It technically does mean a million. It's a millionth of a kilo. And the standard unit of a gram is actually, or mass is actually a kilogram. So milligram is 1 millionth of a kilo, but it's only 1,000th of the base. I didn't hear what he just said. Okay, there you go. 1,000 people have $1 million. I wish I was one. All right, there's more of those. Micro, there's your million. And deca means 10. 22 through 26, find them on page number 3 as fast as you can. They're right there. Right above the, right here.
Oh, good job.
Good thing you have an amazing lab partner. It's your second to last day together. Sad, huh? This is her second to last day of me picking on her on the corner. Because if I move you here, can't pick on you. I switch lab partners every lab book, in case you wonder. So Friday you'll have a different lab partner. I gave you a great lab partner. I'll give you Eli. He's pretty much perfect. Okay, you haven't even done, I literally gave you every one of those answers. No, I rescind my fist bump. Right here. Length,
Oh, I could have done that.
liter, volume, Kelvin, temperature. You with me?
No, I can't find it. Where's the milliliter?
Volume. I know it says milliliter, but it ends with liter, so it's a volume measurement.
What's the?
Temperature. The units of temperature are Kelvin, Fahrenheit, and Celsius, or KFC for short.
What's the screen? What?
Mass.
Oh.
You said it. Okay, now there's some math. 27 through 31 are density again, right? Well, D equals M over V. So I'm not gonna do those for you, but let's look for, sorry, number 32. Number 32 through 36. You're gonna cross them out. You can do it. I'm just not gonna grade them. Yep. Instead of teaching how to move decimals in one unit and expecting you to remember it, I teach it when we actually do the labs with them, and I've discovered that helps better. Okay, do you see the big graph? Oh, I actually really like the big graph. I'm going to graph it for you real fast. All right, if you take the data from the table above and you plot it, you have mass, whoops, whatever, versus volume. What's mass over volume? Density. So you're actually graphing the density. All right, and you will notice it's going to look like this. I'm sure you did it. Well, that's pretty close. And you'll get a line with a constant slope. It's rise over run, right? Sure, I would just do this. I wouldn't even be technical. I draw a line that increases from the bottom left to the top right. Like I'll do Jordan's for him. There we go. Here you go. Now we're being lazy, but I'm just going to teach what this graph is showing you. It's kind of cool. We calculate slope by rise divided by run, right? We calculate density finding mass divided by volume, or rise over run. So the slope of a line comparing mass to volume is always going to be its density. And it has to be a straight line because density doesn't change. It's called an intensive property. It's independent of how much you have. The density of 1 penny is the same as the density of 2. And it is the same because if I go over 1 and up 1, I'm there. If I go over 2 and up 2, I'm here. Over 3, up 3, it stays constant. Okay, I feel like I've done half of your homework for you. 42, 43. 42 is just a question about whether things float or sink. So it's not bad. 43, an experimental design box. We get out of here in 4 minutes. Do that, and let's go over it together after you've at least tried it. Number 43, because you do have to fill out an experimental design box on your test. Ready, go. All right. You're good. All right, here we go. My amazing lab partner says, how does temperature affect enzyme reaction? Raise your hands if you're okay with that. You should, because that's the right answer. Hypothesis, she said 10 will be the fastest. Or stop at the fastest. I should read better. I apologize. All right, the hypothesis is up to you. You pick one of them and say something about it. IV, what's the IV? But yeah, but what is the independent variable? The temperature. So on this one, the constants, you better not use temperature this time. It'd be a whole lot of other things. There you go, the right enzyme. That's perfect. Okay, the treatment's 10, 20, 30 trials if it doesn't say more than once, does it? Nope, so it's 1. DV, the time for bubbling reaction to stop. I love it. Constant enzymes and reactants. You're a genius. You're a swimmer though. Most of you guys are. There are some exceptions to that rule though, for sure. All right. I feel like I did at least 2/3 of your homework for you, and the other third is online of me doing it for you. You guys are great. Have a good one. Be safe. FaceTime Kylie and have her share.